Welcome to Transitions. I'm Antoinette Zloty, and today we are featuring the topic of education, transitions from high school to university, and transitions to university as a person who is a mature student. Now, I have with me here today two ladies, Valerie Williams and Kenisha Calder.
Hey.
And soon Monica Sear will be joining me here on the set. Now, first I'd like to turn to Kenisha. And Kenisha, could you tell us a little bit about your transition from high school here in Winnipeg to the University of Manitoba, right?
University of Manitoba. Well, I was born and raised in Winnipeg. So I would say my transition from high school to university was probably the most pivotal points in my journey, because I learned that in order to be successful in university, I'd have to make lifestyle changes, and I'd have to develop certain skills like studying and or being organized, you know what I mean? Because in high school, it's kind of like you do your assignments, you hand them in, and you're good. But university is a totally different culture, so yeah.
Yeah. So you went from which high school?
I went to Kildonan East Collegiate.
I see.
Yeah.
And did some of your friends go with you over to?
Actually, a lot of them did. Yeah.
To university. Yeah. Oh, well, that would be interesting. And how about you?
I was working at a consulting engineering firm in the office, and I started doing some work for the human resources manager. I said, wow, I really like this human resources. I was starting to screen resumes, and I did a good job. She said, wow, you have a natural talent for this. And we had a professional development program that encouraged us to go back to school, so I did. I enrolled in the University of Manitoba. Took some HR courses, Human Resource Management Certificate Program, and they paid for the entire program. Wardrop, the engineering firm that I worked for, they paid for the 2 exams I had to write for my designation for Certified Human Resource Professional, and it was win-win. It was a fantastic experience.
So did you see that coming, or
no?
It just really got you?
I was surprised.
Really surprised.
I am. My passion just kind of popped out at me, and I can remember having a career planning session with my manager, and she said, "Well, what is your goal in human resources?" I said, "I want to be a diversity specialist." And this was a number of years ago, where diversity specialists were really pretty non-existent and not, very popular at the time. And she said, "A what?" I said, "I want to be a diversity specialist." I was managing the employment equity program for Wardrop at the time. And I never thought my dream would come true.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
So now, when you're just going into university from high school, everybody is sort of excited about that and it's new beginnings and so on. Now, going into university as a mature student who already had a job, did you find that you had some people who? Did you have a daughter at the time?
I did.
Oh,
Who is
okay.
my biggest fan? Who was in university at the time as well. And so I certainly had my support of my family. My mother, who is unfortunately gone now, was kind of, you're going back to school now? I said, yeah. She said, why didn't you go to school when we wanted you to? I said, well, Mom, things just happen, but now I'm ready to go. So I had a very supportive family.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, on campus, did you get involved with some groups and study groups or volunteer groups or anything like that on campus, Kenisha?
I'm forgetting the one in particular, but I was involved with other organizations within the community. Congress of Black Women was one of them, and
while you were studying. And how did you find that? Did that help with your presentation skills or anything like that, being involved in groups?
I definitely think that there's transferable skills, and just you develop great people skills, and also volunteering also helps with in terms of improving your employability skills as well.
Yes, it does.
So some really great opportunities came up then for both of you, and it seems that career-wise you've really taken advantage of those opportunities and so on. So where are you working now, Kenisha?
I work with Manitoba Family Services. Yeah. So
And
I'm at the University of Manitoba in Human Resources
Yes.
as a diversity and inclusion facilitator. Now, you were talking about study groups. So when I was going to write my Certified Human Resource Professional exams, I contacted Human Resource Management Association of Manitoba. There was a series of 2 exams, and they were very intense. So I wanted to create a study group. So, we contacted, put the notice out that we had a study group that I wanted to connect with some people. And there was about 10 of us. And this was several years ago. We all passed the exam in 2007 and became, received our designation. Fantastic network of human resource professionals that I stay in touch with today.
So it sounds like that would be a good piece of advice for individuals, Network, and more network. And how about yourself? Is there one piece of advice that you would give a young person coming out of high school directly to university?
I would say learn how to balance your life. Because, like, for example, when I was in university, I worked and I volunteered for various organizations, and I lived on my own, and I had bills to pay and how to maintain my home. So, like, just learn how to balance all of that and taking care of your health. Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. That's really good. And there are some young people like your daughter now is graduated from university.
Yes,
She's a practicing social worker.
Yes, she is. I'm
now,
very proud of her.
Kenisha, you're still in the midst of not yet being a mom, so you don't know yet what it's like.
Hopefully.
Oh, you must tell.
So then you'll be going through supporting your kids in formal education. I think you guys are just fantastic role models in our community, and I really look forward to working further also with both of you. So thank you so much for coming in today. I really appreciate it a lot. And what I'll do now is I will speak with Monica, and we will talk further about actually what it's like to be an Indigenous woman who has gone back to university as a mature student. So I'll see you back in just one moment.